It's coming back. Let's see if I can get in here with one hand. Let me show you what I mean. I gotta move this Loquat out the way. Look. There, it's getting new leaves, new growth, unaffected by the hot sun. But it's a bit late, right? It's a bit late in the season, right? It's got all these new, unaffected growth. And look what's happening down here. What the heck's going on down here? Well, I just noticed that now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 new branches from the bottom, and they don't have any sun damage. They just came out in the last 2 weeks. So I've got to move this label out the way because it's crushing them. Abiu, in case you don't know what I'm talking about. That's the round one, and the other one over there is the pointed Abiu. Okay. So yeah, I don't know how long the video is because I accidentally pressed stop by mistake. So I had to start it again. So I don't know where we're up to. I have no idea where we're up to, guys. So I'm just doing this as I flow. I'm not checking how long it is or whatever. Okay, so we're gonna go past all the veggies because their season's over. Just some zucchinis left and some tomatoes left and the ricotta chili pepper, which the fruit flies love. I didn't pick all the ripe ones, so they rotted. And of course, you know who has gone to town on them. Because again, guys, too much work to do. Too much work to do. I should pick these up, and I will. Right? They love fallen fruit, be it peppers or be it kaffir lime. Yeah, so I got to go through here and pick everything up and take off all the rotten peppers. Oh, this is the Angela mulberry, which I butchered a month ago because it was shading the tomatoes and the zucchinis from the sun. And now, after that butchering, look, it's pushing out fruit. We've never tasted this one yet. It's a new tree. I've only had it for a couple of years, but it's loaded. And I'm glad that the fruit is white and not red, because the birds will go to town. Yep. So, okay. Multi-grafted apple is growing taller. The kaffir, as you saw, that's standing at 4.5 meters. Kaffir lime. By the way, this kaffir lime, the reason why I've let it go, like every year I used to trim it to 2.5 meters or 3 max. But this year I decided to let it go to full height, which is probably 5 meters, as a wind buffer or some kind of buffer, right? Whatever buffer for the benefit of other plants. That's why I left it, and also, yeah, as some kind of strong anchor in the garden. Okay, what else? Oh, someone asked me how's my dragon fruit doing. This dragon fruit here has never fruited, and I've had it for 10 years. And guess why it fruited this year? It fruited, yeah, good news, huh? Oh, I was so happy to see that. Hang on. That's the flower. I was so happy to see these finally set fruit after 10 years. Right? And guys, the reason is because of the new dragon fruit that I'm going to show you next. Almost every flower turned to fruit. So it was a 90% success story on this unknown variety. We'll find out soon what variety it is once it ripens. Right? So they're plumping up. Plump. This one's a little one. Plump and plump. That's a little one too. And on the other side, I think there's two more. Let's go and have a look. This Moore Park apricot, I'm gonna chainsaw down to the bottom and give it one more chance to fruit. It hasn't fruited in 5 years. It's 25 years old. So I'm gonna cut it right down and see what it does this spring. I bought a backup. I've got a backup Moorpark, a dwarf variety in a pot, waiting to go in here if this one doesn't perform. That's the plan. Here we have the, these are the ladyfingers, which have never given us any decent, and look at this Moorpark. It's got a dead branch. So that's all gonna go with the pruning. This ladyfinger has never given us a decent bunch of bananas. They've always been duds. 10 years, duds. For 10 years we've been getting duds. So let's see what the ladyfinger does this season. This is the chestnut, what's it called? The Malabar chestnut, which has done okay, right? I would have thought it would have done a little better. I was thinking it would have been up to here by now, at least 2 meters under the pink guava. But it is what it is. But it's healthy, happy, and fantastic. It's just that it hasn't grown much. The new cinnamon over there, we'll look at that later when we get in there. This is the other star fruit, the Carey. And this one started flowering as well about a month ago, before the Thai night. Started flowering in mid-February. And it's fully loaded with flowers. And I haven't looked since it rained on Monday, I haven't looked if it's set any fruitlets. So let's look together. Let's look together to see if it's done anything. I don't see anything yet. A lot of flowers. It's good at flowering. It's great at flowering. Oh, what's that? No, it's a bell-shaped flower. I thought it was a fruit. Yeah, they're very small, very tricky. Oh man, this is tiny. I need glasses. I need glasses, guys. Even though it's full sun, and I should be able to see really well. It's still too small. It's still too small, even with all this natural light. Yeah, no, I don't see any fruitlets, but we'll come back again. Yeah, look at all this new growth from the rain. Holy cow. Again, it's getting full sun. It's in the wind. This is another alley, tornado alley. So I planted both starfruit trees in the wrong position, guys. They're both in the wrong position. Not the wrong position to grow as trees. That's not a problem, as you can see. They're fine. But they're in the wrong position to set fruit. To set fruit. Too much wind and too much hot summer sun. Which is crazy. I don't have any other tree here at Fruitopia that is that way. That is that way. It's like, yeah, full sun, no problem. Wind, yeah, no problem. We can still do something. But not this guy. This guy doesn't like the wind. And doesn't like the summer sun hitting its face for 12 hours a day. Torture. We're going to the beach after this video. I can't wait. Pink guava again. The Hawaiian Supreme. I got to trim the top, the center of it, because it's up there. It's got a leader going up and up and up and up. I have to put a net on this in July, because the parrots like this. The parrots like to sharpen their beak on the pink guava in winter time. So I got to put a huge net on here. First I've got to trim it and lose about 50 fruit at the top, and then take care of business. Yeah, this has had a butchering and a half every year, and still, look guys, look at the vigor. Look at the vigor. This is a 13-year-old pink guava, maybe 14. I've even had to use bungee cords to keep the branches from breaking. Yeah. Yep. Okay. And here's that cinnamon. It's not a true cinnamon, but who cares? It's a cinnamon and it's doing great. This is the one that nearly got fried in December and January from the hot sun. But because the sun is lower, it's lower now in March, the sun doesn't penetrate here. So I don't need to cover it with trees anymore. Remember these trees? These ice cream bean seedlings which I brought here to shade it? I don't need them anymore. They're not needed anymore. You can go home now. Thank you very much. And the banana here too, the pot. I can get rid of this banana as well. This pot here, the red Dakar. Not needed because the sun is too low to be causing problems. Here we have the yellow mangosteen that lost all its leaves recently. I don't know if he's gonna make, I mean, he's healthy, he's happy, but he doesn't have any leaves. Interesting, huh? I don't think the yellow mangosteen's a good idea for Melbourne, whether it's in the ground or in the pot. That was just an experiment gone sideways. African Pride Atemoya. Again, no fruit this year. I'm not gonna intervene and force it to fruit like some other people are doing, right? And then when it comes to harvest time, they all drop. When a tree is this small, it's too small. Another Wampy. Jabuticaba. Jabuticaba, again, all summer didn't do anything because it never rained. It didn't rain. No rain means no jabuticabas. That's why our only crop is in spring. You know, the last rainfall we get in Melbourne is in November. That's when this fruits. There's two things that jabuticaba needs. Heat, not 40, not 40, 30, well, preferably 25. 24 to 30. 24 to 30 is the ideal temperature for jabuticaba. Preferably humidity, we don't have that, sorry. And a lot of rain, a lot of rain, a lot of rain, a lot of rain. Well, again, this is what we got because of the lack of rain. Undersized fruit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, undersized. Thank you very much. And I have to say thank you too, because that's all we got, guys. Yeah, these need rain. And I've been watering this. Chlorinated water. Chlorinated water. It doesn't cut it. The chlorinated water keeps it alive. It doesn't help it set fruit. It's not going to set fruit. Sorry. One of the branches is broken here. A little one. Yeah, so the jabuticaba won't work in summer unless we get constant rain like Doug does in Brisbane. Sorry, not happening. Okay, now some really good news. Are you ready, guys? This is the Bosworth lychee. Yeah, the Bosworth lychee. I put a net on it because of the well, who knows who? The bats, the minor birds, the possums, anybody. There's no way that I'm going to risk losing my first lychees to a bird. And guess what happened, guys? I got my first lychees. Happy to report. And they're starting to turn red. There's 2 there. Yeah, I know it's funny. There's only 2. Well, we're not in Kyogle. We're not in Byron Bay. And there's 3 here. Oh. Yeah. So we got 5. How many? 5. 5 lychees. Let's see if this is wet. They like water. Yep, that's very wet. So yeah, we got 5 lychees, and that's in dappled light, not full sun. Dappled light, not full sun. I stress that. So he hasn't had any full sun at all summer. Shaded by the jabuticaba, shaded by the pomelo, and shaded by the pink guava. On all sides, he's shaded by 3 big trees that are almost 15 years old each. They're towering over him. They're towering over him. So these results are without any sun. And you know how lychees love sun, right? Oh well, what can I do? What can I do, guys? That's all I can do. By the way, when I planted this 5 years ago, these 3 trees were half the size of what they are now. That was half the size, that was half the size, and this was half the size when he went in the ground. And he was getting not all day sun, but he was getting at least 4 hours of sun. Now he only gets maybe 30 minutes, if he's lucky. So, good news on the lychee, the Bosworth. There might be more in there. I haven't looked, guys. There might be a couple of more hidden under the leaves. I haven't gone in there to look. Yeah. Here's another Kohala Longan, which I planted a couple of years ago, and it looks like he has 2 fruit. Let's go around. Let's see. What have you got? Kohala again. Okay, he's got 2. 1 there and 1 there. 2 fruit. I don't think they'll stay on. But at this size, I want him to grow. He's been really stunted. He hasn't done much. I got this at the same time as Alisa. And her Kohala is, oh man, looks like it's 3 meters tall. This one is only 1.6, maybe 1.7. But it's not only the height, it's not bushy, right? And look at the trunk, it's like a little stick. So it hasn't done as well as hers. Another Wampy here. And this dragon fruit here, guys, is what helped the other one I showed you before get pollinated. Because of this flowering, I was able to get pollen across to this one that hasn't ever fruited. Yeah. Come on. Look at the size of that one. Nice. So we got 1 here. And the 4, how many did I show you back there? 4 or 5? I don't remember. Maybe there's 5 altogether, but yeah. Finally, through the, oops, I'm getting a phone call. Well, ignore that. I'm busy. I'm busy in the office. This is the Indian jamun or jambulan. I don't know if it's gonna, what do you call it? Set fruit, but we're waiting, guys. This one here loves a lot of heat. It's like his heat requirement is that of the ultra tropicals. Like Melbourne is not ideal for jamun, but guys, I'm just gonna try. There's nothing wrong with trying, right? It's growing well. It's getting new growth, right? It's setting flower buds all over. It's 3 meters. It's over 3 meters in height. And by the way, talking about height, look at the Australian native tamarin at, oh gee, I would say that's 10 meters. At least 10 meters. And I can't see if it's flowering. It's too high. And there's no way I can get to harvest anything up there. I'll just have to wait for it to drop, right? Yeah. The what's this? The Australian native tamarin. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. And here we have the Chico, which we've been snacking on. The Chico jujube. Been snacking on these. Delicious. 0 fruit fly. Not 1. Happy to report. Happy to report. So we learned our lesson for those 2 guys next year. Oh, by the way, the new the second, okay, there's two rounds of jujube. One is February/March, which is the ones that got affected, and the second round is April and May, and those ones which are still green. Hang on, see them there? See those green ones? There's not many. There's like 10. Those ones are fruit fly free. They don't have any fruit fly, and that's because I put the net on when those were still underdeveloped. So yeah, it's gonna have to be fruit fly nets for many of these trees, guys. It just is what it is. Okay, coming back to the dragon fruit. These did not need any hand pollinating because it's self-pollinating, but I just wanted to be sure. So I did hand pollinate, as you saw on my video. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I don't know how many I did. 3 to 5, right? By hand. But I ended up getting 10. I didn't hand pollinate 10, but since I hand pollinated 5, actually I only hand pollinated 3. Since I did 3 and I got 10, that tells me it's self-pollinating. And it's from here that I got the pollen for the other one, as I said earlier, just in case you missed it. So yeah, great. This paid off. The whole idea of getting this dragon fruit 5 years ago or 4 years ago, the whole idea of that was to finally end up getting fruit from the other one, which I've had for over 10 years. That was the idea behind this platform. And by the way, this never flowered in the 4 years it's been here. Guess what made it flower? Guess what brought on the flowering? And I mentioned this in a previous video, guys. Tip pruning. Tip pruning. Tip pruning. Tip pruning all the leaders here, all these arms. As soon as I did that, within 1 to 2 weeks, it flowered. This one here hasn't done much. I've had this for about 4 years also. This is the cherry of the Rio Grande. It suffered a lot through the drought. It's another one that likes water. And I tried my best, guys, with a hose. Look, see the leaves, the color of the leaves? That's either drought or chlorine. I don't know. Chlorine or drought. So yeah, he's not a happy camper, but there's new growth coming from the rain we had. Right? There's tiny little points of new growth. So he's going to be slow, like the other one I showed you earlier from down there. The what was it called? Cedar Bay cherry. The Cedar Bay cherry and the cherry of the Rio Grande are extremely slow. Super slow. Okay, wax jamboo. This is the third wax jamboo I have. This one was covered in flowers, hundreds of flowers, but it dropped all of them, and we ended up with only, well, I'm pretty happy. We only ended up with 2 fruit on this side and 2 fruit on that side. 4 out of 40. There was like 40 little fruitlets and they all fell. But again, look at that. See this? How the leaves are not happy at all from the heat, from the drought, guys. Right? And we had a ton of rain. I've been watering this every single day since November. Hasn't missed a beat. Hasn't missed a beat, have you? And still, it freaked out because it's in all morning sun from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. That's that, 5 hours of sun every morning. So, yeah, of course he's gonna freak out, aren't ya? Huh? But the good news is now it's getting a lot cooler and it's getting new growth. That's a good sign, right? When you see new growth like that, that means he's heading in the right direction. Yeah. He's heading in the right direction, guys. The wax jamboo. Okay. And I hope these ones are ripen on the tree, unlike the one in the driveway. Yeah. That's good. Good to see. Tamarillo is almost as tall as me, not quite. This one gets morning sun. Yeah, he's grown about almost 5 feet. Let's say 4'10". In 4 months since I planted him. He got planted in November. Big leaves, wow, huge leaves. The Hass avocado, which is loaded with about 200 avocados, right? It's plenty for us, guys. We don't need 20 avocado trees. Even all the ones we have now, it's too many. It's way too many. And the reason I have this many is just in case. You know how you have off years? Off years. Like the gyro persimmon. By the way, the gyro persimmon only gave us 5 fruit, which we lost to the bats. And the main one, the fuyu. The fuyu took the year off. The fuyu took the year off, and the gyro took the year off. They both took the year off the same year. So no persimmons for us back here this year. That's the first time that's happened in 15 years. 15 years, guys, without persimmon. First time. But luckily, I planted another persimmon in the front yard. The Sugara. And that's got about 20 fruit on it. And they're almost ripe. Always have your backups. Always have your backups. Multi-grafted apple. That's going to go to sleep soon. That was great. The Royal, what was it called? The Royal Gala or something? Wow, what an apple. It was worth it just for that. This is the out of control, bountiful what's your name again, mate? Afurer. Yeah, Afurer. Afurer. So crazy loaded. So crazy loaded. But the fruit fly likes this. It's a fruit fly special. Special favorite. There's thousands of mandarins on here. So it's a Mercot, a Fourrure. Here we have the black Pakistani mulberry, or black shatut. Remember, I got rid of the rootstock. There's the rootstock. I'm glad I got rid of the rootstock, because look how big the graft. This is grafted. Look how big the grafted mulberry is. It's 4 meters. We're gonna have a problem with this. I can't put a net up there. So you have to work out how I'm gonna work with this to get the fruit, because there's no chance without a net. I can't put a net on it now. No way. So I don't know. And the fence is falling apart. Yeah, that's what happens, guys. Oh, I wanted to tell you something at the end of the video. This is something I wanted to tell you. Okay. See that tree there? Hang on. Now, I don't want to be a bad neighbor, but I'm just giving you facts, okay? These are just facts. See those 2 apple trees? That one there and that one there? Those 2. Well, they're massive, and they're not being harvested. My neighbor doesn't, for whatever reason, doesn't harvest them, okay? They're nice people, but they're not interested in eating the fruit. So the parrots get all the fruit. And because the parrots are brought in by these apples, they also attack all my fruit trees, right? So now, if I was an asshole neighbor, I would say to her, "It's your fault. I'm pointing my finger at you for inviting all the parrots to my garden by having these 2 trees here that you don't cover." But I'm not an asshole neighbor. And nor do I point my finger at anyone like some other people do. So I would never tell my neighbor that. Never. Okay, guys, that's how I roll. I'm a different kind of neighbor. So that guy who told me I'm not the neighbor you want to be next to, he's talking about her, not me. I'm not that neighbor. He picked the wrong guy. But even though it's her, I'm not going to put that on her. I'm not going to do that, guys. She can do whatever the heck she wants. It's her property. It's her tree. I'm not going to point my finger at her. I'm just going to deal with the situation the best I can by putting a net on my tree instead of going crazy at her. That's the kind of person I am. Everyone has a sovereign right to do whatever the hell they want in their garden. And no one has the right to point fingers at them to do otherwise. Okay, so this is, what's it called? The King Thai mango. Yeah, these mangoes that I'm going to show you now, they were planted only at the end of spring, around November, December, and they've done really well. They haven't grown much up to here because I haven't given them any commercial fertilizer, guys. I told you I'm not doing fertilizers anymore. The only fertilizer I'm going to be giving is this. Chop and drop. That's my fertilizer. You've seen it in other videos. I know it takes 10 times longer. That takes 10 times longer than commercial fertilizer. But that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it naturally. Okay, this is a ruby red guava. He seems happy with my slow release fertilizer, aren't ya? Yeah, so the mango looks happy. Small, but happy. That's the plan. Another mango here. That's the Palmer. Right? So-called dwarf. He seems happy. Yep, everyone's happy with my chop and drop. Look. It's ready to flush. You sure it would have been bigger? I'm 100% certain. You think I'm dumb? Of course, it would have been up to, hang on. It would have been up to here now. If I have given it blue jacket. It would have been that tall. Easily. Easily. Go ahead and do that if that's what you want to do, but I'm not doing that. This is a Thai guava. And it's loaded. First year that it's given us fruit. After 3 years in the ground. It takes longer, guys. But again, as I said, I'm not in a big hurry. Even though I'm 60 years old, and I should be in a hurry more than you, if you're, 40. Even though I'm the one that should be in a hurry, I'm not in a hurry. I'll wait for the slow release fertilizer. There's my fertilizer right there, under the orange tree. Remember this orange tree that had 10,000 oranges on it? Yeah, that's been fed this. That's the food. Okay, I got to pick some figs as well. Today's fig day. And after all the rain we had, a lot of them probably split. I got to go in there and see what we got. And this is the final mango. The Nam Dok Mai. Right? Up against the corner here. Hang on, I don't want to fall over. So we've got the gate there. The house, the gate, the neighbor, the fig. And he's tucked in here. The reason I put him here is because he's the most cold sensitive mango out of these three, I think. So I gave him the best corner and the least amount of sun so that I didn't have to put a shade cloth on him. He hasn't had a shade cloth, but he's sure he's going to get a frost cloth. Oh boy, is he going to get a frost cloth. He's going to be wrapped so, what's it called? Snugly. Aren't ya? Huh? We're going to give you a double or a triple wrap over winter, Mr. Happy looking Nam Dok Mai. All right, guys, I think we're done. Did I leave anything out? I can't wait to go to the beach. What's the temperature? Oh, it's only 22, but it's going to get to 25 today. And tomorrow it's going to get to 32. But the 32 we're going to get tomorrow, it's not a summer scorching 32. It's an autumn gentle 32. It's more gentle. Hey, there's that loquat I pulled out. What do you guys think I should do with this loquat I pulled out? He's been in the bucket here. Look how tough these trees are, man. He's been in this bucket for over a week. Over a week. And look how healthy he looks after a week, ripped out of the ground. Isn't that amazing? And there's another one I pulled out. This one is not so happy because I didn't get his root system. I literally pulled him out jungle style. But even so, after a week, it's not fully dead. Not even close to dead. Guys, loquats, the champion of champions. Okay, I think, oh, look at this, pawpaw. Oh, you sorry looking thing. What a sorry looking thing. He gets afternoon sun. The afternoon sun has torched him. That's pawpaw number 3. Oh, we lost the 4th one. That's right, he died. And this is the Fuyu persimmon that skipped a year together with the gyro. Thanks for nothing, buddy. He's missed 2 years. He skipped last year too. Maybe it's time for him to go. And I can put another persimmon here. He's 15 years old. 15. The Subel back there. Let's go in there as well. The dwarf mulberry. Look how it's grown after I butchered it. It's gonna need another butchering. That's the pitanga tuba, which dropped all its fruit. But it's gonna try again. That was like a teaser that it shared with us back in February of what's to come. The other green sapote copped it really bad this summer from drought stress. A lot of drought stress on this green sapote. But it's alive and it's coming back with new growth. Yeah. The Subel also got fruit fly. Recently I had one that had maggots in it, and I'm sure this one does too. But I did a refill or top up of the bait station. That one's got white vinegar. You're not meant to use white vinegar. You're meant to use apple cider, but I ran out. So this one's got white vinegar. We'll see what that does on the Subel. Yeah, man, they've gone wild. It's gone wild. The pomelo. Pomelo's dropped about 40 fruit. 40, maybe 50, because of the drought. Too much fruit, not enough rain. The wurtz is super loaded. The problem with the wurtz is the possum, not the fruit fly. I'll show you. He's already eaten 10. Not eaten, damaged. He's damaged 10 of these wurts. He just takes a bite and then moves to the next one. Bite, next one. Bite, next one. Bite, next one. And they're not even developed. They're fully undeveloped. I don't know what's wrong with that possum. It's gone crazy. The thing is, I've picked them already. I picked all the damaged fruit, so there's none. Oh, there's one there. There's one there. Yeah. What a nasty. Ah, here it is. There you go. Look what he's doing. Random. This is just random fun. Look. Nice, huh? How nice of him. So this is not fruit fly damage. Who are we gonna point our finger to now? Huh? The neighbor again? Come on, guys. Get real. Welcome to gardening. It's part and parcel of the positive and the negative. There's the Moore Park apricot. backup. This is going to go and replace the moor park if it doesn't come back in spring. The large leaf jabuticaba, look how it popped with the rain. Pop, pop, pop. Wow, pop. This is the Queensland rain that they get up there all summer. That's why their trees are popping all day, every day for 3 months. Yeah, you think it's skills? No, guys, it's not skills. It's the rain. It's got nothing to do with their skill. The rain does it all. This is the other wampy I have, grafted wampy. It's got a nice new head on him. Look at all the cobwebs here. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, I see another white sapote, Sue Bell there. That might be ready. Yeah. Yep, he is. But this is nah, they're too small. Yeah, there's some big ones at the top though. I don't know how I'm gonna get those up there. They're like 3 meters high. Those ones. And they're big fatties. And they don't look affected by fruit fly at all. I have to get a ladder. And there's some more there. Yeah. Those ones I can reach. They're reachable. Yeah, guys, it's part and parcel of gardening. So again, I warn you guys, I won't tolerate any nastiness. Only full respect. Not respect, full respect. Otherwise, do what your grandma told you. If you've got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Don't say it at all, please. We can't control everything. We can only do so much. Okay? Thank you. Okay, let's go and have a look at the, let's wrap it up by looking at the babaco here, which has set its first fruit in 7 years. This is the reward I'm getting for removing all the cuttings, all the branches from the babaco. Remember the babaco? Hang on. Remember this one? How I took 50 cuttings off it? Well, now I'm getting rewarded. They evidently don't like to be multi-branched in order to fruit. So now we learned something new. The bees are going crazy here on the Thai basil and the Vietnamese mint. All right, guys. Oh, there's one last tree I want to show you. Yep. The Spanish lime. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he got too much water or too much cold. Did I tell you in part 1 we had temperatures down to 7 Celsius? 7 Celsius, guys. Let me put him in the sun so you can see him. 7 Celsius. And this is an ultra tropical, like the star apple. Look, last week those new shoots there, they were perky. And after we got the 30 millimeters of rain, they weren't perky anymore. But together with the rain, that rainfall we had on Monday, the temperature went from 37 down to 7 Celsius. Major drop in temperature. So I don't know if that's from the over-watering. I didn't water it, it rained. I watered it the day before. By the way, this has got excellent drainage. I made sure of that. And it's still wet. It's still very wet. So I had it in the banana circle over there, in the shade, all summer. So it wouldn't get burnt by the dry heat. And yesterday, when I saw that, I brought it out here in the sun to get some relief, to dry up. So yeah, anyway, this is the Spanish lime, which, well, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, and that's it there. That's what it looks like if you're not familiar with it. This is an ultra tropical, as I said, and I don't know how we're gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna put it if that was part shade there, I'm going to put it in the full sun over here, so I can get a lot more sun. There you are. There you go. Get some more sun there, together with a papaya. The 2 papaya seeds that made it from that seed packet that I planted back in November. Was that November when I did this? Look how long it took for these papaya seeds. November, December, January, February. 5 months? I don't think I'll be doing papayas from seed again. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed part 2. Part 2 of the garden, front and back garden, after the downpour of rain we had at the end of summer. When I say the end of summer, there's 2 versions of that. End of summer according to the calendar, and end of summer according to the season. Oh, there's a plane up there. So yeah, officially summer ends around the 20th of March, thereabouts, 22nd, according to the season. But according to legal terminology, it ends at the end of February. Give me a like, guys, if you enjoyed the video, and also subscribe to the channel. I'm looking forward to the beach. Thanks for watching.